here is what it looks like when one side of the crocheted reinforcement is done. I've got it anchored here on the bottom, and it goes all the way up in between every loop, all the way to the top, and I've just chained off. And all this will get hidden in the binding once you cut it and sew it down. This is just to prevent the stitches from unraveling. I'm gonna get my camera set up and I'll show you how to get started and how to work that stitch all the way up. We are working on the crochet reinforcement for the steeking on the Julia cardigan. And to get started, I'm just gonna make a little slip knot. And I would like to point out that I am not a crocheter. It is not my forte. I'm doing my best, so bear with me. So I've made a slip knot and I'm just gonna chain a few stitches to get started. Then I'm gonna come over here to my cardigan. I've already done this row and I'm gonna work, let's see, I'm gonna cut, where am I at? I'm gonna cut this row of stitches right here. So this is the row that will be cut open. So I'm gonna do my crocheted reinforcement in this column all the way up because we're gonna pick up the stitches over here. So cutting in that one, reinforcing in this row right here. So to get started, I'm just gonna shove my crochet hook through in my tail, and I believe this is called single crochet. Please forgive me, I don't know the terms. I'm doing the best I can. Get through there. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Come through here, get my hook wrapped around, and I'm gonna do, there we go. And that kind of locks the beginning of it. And now I'm gonna go through and pick up every bar with my crochet hook. That's a double bar because of the double knitting on the bind off. And I'm gonna loop my hook around and bring that through both of the loops. And again, I'm gonna go under that bar, pick it up on my hook, bring my crochet hook from behind and around, and I'm going to pull it through both the bar of the cardigan and the previous chain stitch. Do that a few more times. Under the bar, from behind to front, around, bring it through both of them. And then I'm just going to work that stitch all the way up until I get to the top. I'm almost at the top of the cardigan for the reinforcement. I'm just going to go in this last bar right here, pull it through both of those, and then I'm just going to do a few chain stitches to finish it off. Clip my thread, pull it through, and here we have it. And I just want to point out this weird little bump here, that is where we joined it in the round when we started. That will all be cut off and folded under and hidden by the steeking, so you won't ever see that bump. That's why I don't bother to mess with that at all. So let's get this laid out so you can see it. So here we have the 2 rows of crocheted reinforcement, and we're going to cut up that middle seam. And I got a little wonky up here at the top, but this doesn't matter because it's all going to be hidden and it just needs to hold the yarn in place when we cut it and pick up stitches. Okay, here is the scariest and kind of most fun part. We are going to cut open our cardigan. I've reinforced it with the crocheted reinforcement stitch, and now I'm going to find this center bar and I'm going to slowly cut all the way up, pulling as I go, and I'm just going to cut those stitches. So I'm going to clip nice and slow all the way up and just kind of get the other parts out of the way. So if you can see those bars between the little V's, that's what I'm cutting. All the way up, and we're gonna go all the way to the top. here we have our steeked cut open cardigan. I've yet to pick up stitches, but I've got my reinforcement in, I've cut it open, and now it functions almost like a cardigan. And as you can see, I have these little pearl bumps. I put those in as like little registration marks for myself. They just help me to see what line I'm gonna pick stitches up on, just to help me keep track of it, because sometimes it's just a lot to deal with all the little V's and get it in a nice straight line. So the next step is to pick up stitches along the front for the button bands.